Hey guys, welcome back to Dime Days. My name is Bree, and today we're going to talk to you about 5 tips and tricks that I have for you to survive working from home. So if you're interested in seeing how I have survived these unprecedented times, keep watching and I'll share with you what I've done. As you guys know, trying to navigate all these different changes that have come in 2020, especially with adjusting to working full-time from home, has been something that has not been easy to do. And I've definitely seen some different habits that have really helped me grow from August to now of doing this for quite some time. So I wanted to share with you a couple different things that I had, especially as an Enneagram number 7. We are the enthusiasts and we thrive on being around people. And so these might be helpful for you if you tend to be a social butterfly. And also if you also tend to be easily distracted while being at home, these habits have really helped me adjust to distance learning. So without further ado, the first word of advice that I have for you is to set up your safe space. So your safe space might look a little different than mine to the next person's, but what I consider a safe space is something that is sacred to me. For example, when I come home and I work from wherever, the most important thing to me is ambiance. Is it well lit? Like, does it have lights? Or is there natural sunlight coming in through the room? Does it have good smell? For example, I'm usually diffusing essential oils wherever I'm working from, or I have a nice aroma that's not unpleasant. Or I have some nice ambiance, maybe some background music and things like that. My space is organized and it's concise. That way I don't feel as scatterbrained and things like that. So setting up a place where you feel safe to work is super important in order to make sure that the job gets done. I will admit that this took me way longer than I am willing to admit on camera to establish for myself. I think because I was in denial that we would be doing distance learning for a little bit, honestly. But I really did see myself adapt and adjust when I needed to. So what I did was in my office, I set up a space there, and next to my bed, I set up a space there. That way, no matter where I decided to work that day, depending on if my husband was home using the office or if I was home using the office, that I felt safe either one of those two places, and I had the flexibility to do it wherever I wanted to do it in my house. I don't restrict myself to just that one space, but I do tell myself if I'm going to move somewhere else that I need to make sure I have all my materials ready to go for that next spot, okay? The second thing I would say is definitely to have professional boundaries. So for me, setting professional boundaries is hard because I like to think of myself as a helpful person. I like to work and make sure that the job gets done with excellence, but I also tend to get overwhelmed pretty easily, and it's really easy for me to overcommit myself to things. So something that I had to do was set up a couple of professional boundaries for myself. One of them being putting restrictions on my phone. I actually posted a little how-to on how to set up that screen time on your cell phone, specifically Apple, on our Instagram a couple months ago. And that really saved me. That way I wasn't up all hours of the night on my cell phone. And that way I was also ready to commit the best of myself to my work and able to commit myself to rest at night. My restrictions start at 9:30 p.m. and they are lifted at 6:30 a.m. That way I'm able to check emails from my phone in the mornings if I need to, but also give myself the rest that I need and deserve, especially when you're hardworking. So definitely would encourage you to set up some professional boundaries in that way. I do not work past 5:30 or 6 p.m. And if I do, it's only because I have extra time and I'm able to commit that like while watching a show or something like that. But me setting up that professional boundary of, hey, I'm not doing this past this time, has allowed me the freedom to relax when I need to relax and able to give all my time and attention to the things that are right in front of me. The third tip I have for you is to get moving. It's so easy to sit on our bottoms all day and really just to get lazy. And for me, that was really easy in the very beginning because I was dying of pneumonia. But since moving back to on ground and then coming back online again, I realize that if I'm not up and moving and exercising in some way or seeing the light of day, then I'm miserable. So I make sure like 3:30 or 4 o'clock every day that I'm up and I'm out of my house. I'm probably taking my dog on a walk, I'm going on a run, or I'm doing a bar 3 exercise, something to get my blood pumping. There's some times where I don't do it like on a certain schedule, just depending on the day. Or so what I'll do instead is I'll do like just dance games, and I'll have a really fun time doing that. So it's just important for whatever you like to do to get your blood pumping and your heart going. Whatever you have to do to get moving, I encourage you to move. You will feel so much better. The next tip I have for you is to set up your things the night before. Now, sounds really tedious, but it's a super helpful trick that I do all year round for everything I do. And it's to set out my clothes the night before to make sure that my lunch is ready to go and to have everything ready by the door or wherever I need to be. So for example, for staying at home, I have my workout clothes or whatever I choose to mosey in that day set up in my bathroom. I have my outfit set up. I have my lunch ready to go in the fridge, and treating it like a normal work day. So that way I don't have to worry as much when I wake up in the morning what I have to do. Also, setting up little things like what's my lesson for tomorrow, and maybe have those browser tabs open. Or if my computer restarts during the night for whatever reason, just making sure that I have written down on paper somewhere next to me what my plan is. That way I'm not so scatterbrained first thing in the morning. And that's really helped. And the last tip I have for you is to follow a consistent schedule. Now, consistency is super hard for me, especially as a 7, but something that's really helped is building that consistency into my schedule. So what I've made a commitment to myself that every day by 6:30 a.m., I need to be up and out of bed. That's just my commitment to myself. Now, some days I slack here or there and I'm out of bed by 6:35 or 6:40, and sometimes 7 the latest. But I notice on the days where I let myself sleep in that longer amount of time, I end up being more lazy and more exhausted, and my whole day is thrown off. So I've made it a point to try my hardest to be up and out of bed by 6:30. That way I can get my mind and myself ready for the day. I still do my makeup and hair as if I was going to school in person, and that also seems to help with the consistency for whenever we do decide to go back on ground. I'll be ready to go and my schedule wouldn't have changed too bad. So anyway, those are my 5 tips and tricks. Hopefully you found something in there that was helpful for you. Please let me know which one of these rules or tips and tricks that you're following that's helped you. And please make sure to hit like, subscribe at the bottom. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.